Hello and welcome to episode 7 of the On Fire podcast with James and Dylan. Today is October 21st, 2017. We have just finished the first week of the NBA season. We'll be a little NBA heavy today. And anything to add?
Well, we're still on fire. We know that.
That's true.
Can't put us out with all this rain.
Yeah, it doesn't matter how much it rains.
No, but generally, favorite time of the year right now.
Absolutely.
Basketball in full stride, NFL, mid-season form, injuries and all.
We are right in the middle of a wonderful Venn diagram.
Yes, we are.
I'm going to turn this down.
We're going to keep that in, but that was definitely his 100th take of trying to say the word Venn diagram.
Diagram is a tough word. All right.
So good. But yeah, I agree. It's great.
Good talk. All right. As is tradition, let's jump right in with our superlatives this week. Right in the middle of that.
I'll start it off.
Diagram.
We'll start off with a little basketball one.
Okay.
Which player is most likely to get stabbed by Zach Randolph? One Zebo.
On the court?
Anytime. For the sake of comedy, whatever scenario you can concoct in your mind.
What's Damon Stoudemire up to these days?
I think he's dead or in jail.
Oh. Well, okay. If he's in jail...
He's definitely not dead.
Okay. If he's in jail, my answer is Damon Stoudemire. I think they probably still have some kind of illicit business they're running together, and who knows what might go wrong.
Fair enough. I'm going to go with the current player on his team.
Oh.
Costa Koufis, the doofus, for snitching on him.
Do you think that the knife would break on Costa Koufis' skin?
I don't think he'd know. I think he's too dumb to know that he got stabbed.
Yeah. Like, it definitely wouldn't affect him.
No. He wouldn't play any worse, we know that.
He's got that, who knows, Soviet-engineered clone type vibe going to him.
All right, yours.
Okay. This is a question of both NBA and NFL players.
Yep.
Who would be the most successful in the other league?
Ooh. I mean, there's the cop-out answer of LeBron.
Yeah.
But, so I'm not going to go that route. I'm biased towards basketball, definitely, as you probably are towards football. So I think it's easier for an NBA guy to play one or two positions in the NFL if they just trained crazy at it than it would be for an NFL guy to have to develop dribbling skills and all of that and defensive soundness.
I would 100% agree with you.
So I would have to go probably the wide receiver route of someone just getting extremely lucky. Could you imagine maybe Kevin Durant's a little extreme of an example, but someone with a 7-foot wingspan, 6'5", and just flies down the field?
Yeah,
insane. So I'm gonna go with Gerald Green.
Yeah,
just
that's a good
insane
answer.
hops, squirrely, really quick cuts too.
Do you remember the guy that played at Tyrus Thomas played at LSU?
Oh yeah,
that guy would have been a great receiver.
Yeah, he would have been. He was big.
Yeah, he was super long. The type of guy that can itch their knee without bending over. Just the proportions of this person are not.
Could you imagine at the tight end spot seeing your Rudy Gobert, Joel Embiid, just 7'2", 7'6" wingspan guy?
No, I cannot imagine that.
That'd be insane.
Yeah,
that'd be weird. They would die after
they
one
would
play.
die. Yeah, their knees would explode within the first drive, but it would be crazy.
So is Tyrus Thomas yours though?
I don't know if he's still playing, but definitely someone in that.
He went out of the league immediately.
Yeah. Giannis, maybe.
Ooh, that'd be an interesting one too. Yeah. His knees would have a lot of stress on them as well. Yeah.
His hands are so huge.
Oh my god, scary. Palm a watermelon. All right. Most likely to take up Jay Cutler's recommendation on a good colon cleanse guy. So Jay Cutler's like, hey, I got this guy, trust me. And the guy's like, all right, cool, I'm going to go. And actually follows up.
NBA player?
We'll go either or.
Either or. Okay.
I want the football route for what it's worth.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if this is an eligible answer. I think Tony Romo is definitely going to take that recommendation. He's going to follow through.
We're going to go with current players.
Current
throw a
players.
wrench in this.
Okay. Drew Brees. He just seems like a guy who's very
health conscious.
Answer.
Such a good answer.
Yeah.
Shit. I almost went Kellen Moore.
Ooh.
Because I was looking up Cole Beasley's name, which is ultimately who I'm going with. And so I Googled the Cowboys roster and I saw a picture of Kellen Moore and I was like, oh, yep, him.
Yep. Oh, man. That's a good one.
Thank you.
That's a good one. All right. This one is NBA only. Which NBA player will have the biggest drop off from last year's performance to this year's performance?
I mean, I don't want to keep cheating. Isaiah Thomas is an obvious candidate for a big step back, even when he comes back.
Yeah. Let's take him off the table because he's going to be injured for like half the season.
Yeah, I was looking at like a per minute standpoint. So when he gets back in a full groove, I still don't think his production is going to be nearly as high as it was.
That's true. He will never be in an MVP conversation again.
Yeah, for sure. Other than that, I'm going to go Chris Paul. I don't think he's going to have a good season.
Yeah.
I think he's going to be a big cog in their wheel that they have going. Is going to be very important, but I feel like that's going to be more for defensive reasons. I think they're just going to throw him out on a wing, let him shoot wide open threes, and every major category for him is going to take a major dip.
Yep. People are talking about it a fair amount, but if I was a Houston fan, I would be pretty worried about the dynamics of that team right now.
I think they'll be fine. I think they're going to be good. They're not going to be the Warriors. No move they could have made was going to do that.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Who's your guy? Or girl, sorry.
Thank you.
Becky Hammond.
Jesus.
Real coaching step back.
I'm going to go with Joe Ingles.
Bojangles, huh?
Yeah. Joe Ingles, he didn't have an all-star year, but I don't think he's going to be relevant ever again.
So far, because how good he was last year, they're playing him a lot. And I think he's really important for that team, but statistically, it's just never going to show up or translate at all. So that could be a really good one. But I feel like someone on their team just got hurt, forcing him to play more minutes now.
To play more minutes? Jesus. Is that Rodney Hood?
Yes.
Eesh. That's not good for them.
No. He was on fire last night, too. I watched a couple minutes of the game, and he had 4 threes in like a minute and a half. Just back to back to back to back to back.
Oh, that's Utah. They never really had much hope to begin with this year, but damn.
I like the makeup of their team, I think. If no one got injured, Gobert is a top-tier center, defensive absolute anchor and stud. Derek Favors, not a bad compliment to him.
Totally.
Rubio facilitates straight up. They have 3 shooters, so a lot of potential there, especially defensively. But, man, their offense is going to be hard to put up buckets.
Okay, we'll get into this.
Yeah,
got a little distracted here.
Right. My last one. Not as much as a superlative as it a question.
Okay.
What NFL owner would you most like to see fight Clippers owner Steve Ballmer?
Whoever it is, Ballmer's probably going to destroy them, right? That guy's like
you could attack it for one round.
Coke.
Oh, yeah.
Like yeah.
But if there's an equivalent in the NFL, which you would know better than I would, someone who would just ruin him. That is one way you could look at it. That is not the way I decided to approach it.
I think generally, I think the NFL is more old money running these teams.
Yeah.
So it's a lot more conservative, box with the suit and tie type of owners. But just seeing Steve Ballmer crush Jerry Jones into dust would be wonderful.
That'd be pretty funny.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to see Ron Jeremy get in a fight, so I went with Jaguars owner Shad Khan. I thought that'd be a good one.
Yeah.
That was my last one.
Shad Khan is awesome.
He's a man.
I love Paul Allen, but if I didn't have a good NFL owner, I would want Shad Khan.
I feel like Ross uses the same mustache wax as Shad Khan.
I would not doubt that at all.
Good plug.
Probably cost about $100 a jar. Okay. Who will have the longest suspension in the NBA this year?
Ooh, I'm going to go Zach Randolph.
Oh,
He's skating on thin ice after his last arrest, and he has just a crazy amount of community service to do.
So much community service.
No way he's getting any of that done. It's obviously going to happen again, because what else are you going to do in Sacramento?
True. I mean, it's pretty much drugs and corrupt politicians.
So, by that logic, big-ass suspension incoming.
Yep. Absolutely. I can see that. Maybe a cop-out answer. But I think Draymond Green is going to get suspended for...
Ball kicking?
Ball kicking, yeah.
Nice.
Natural shooting motion.
Rest in peace. People's balls.
Fucking hate
All right.
that guy.
Superlatives. Down the hatch.
All right. Pretty solid bunch of superlatives this week, I think.
Yeah, time consuming. That's a good thing. If we can waste more money on our most popular segment.
Yep. Absolutely.
Got a text in from one Eric. Ugh, this asshole. Do more superlatives. Maybe in the future. Maybe in the future. So, moving on to the NBA then.
Yes, let's do it. Kind of brief rundown.
Yes. Let's get into it real quick on 5 teams to watch.
Yes.
Who are your 5 that on League Pass or whatever illegal streaming service you use, you want to go out of your way to watch?
Okay, first of all, I would never dream of illicitly accessing copyrighted material. So I am not going to be illegally streaming anything.
Oh, good point. I'll PayPal you $100 for your time for that explanation.
Oh, thank you. Actually, Venmo. Jesus.
You've been torted. Real quick,
yes.
Lexi and I share a bank account.
Yes. Oh, no.
And on Venmo, they won't let her link to it because they won't let multiple phone numbers attached to the same bank account. That's a flaw, I feel like.
That is an enormous flaw. That makes no sense. They have to be thinking about this.
So she reached out, and they're like, yeah, it's just to protect people, just in case someone stole it.
And so they can't, like, do an override with verification?
Nope. So she has to then Venmo me any money that someone sends to her. Big time power move on my part.
Well done.
All right, your move.
Keep that iron grip around the house's finances.
I'll start it off.
Okay.
Philly. That's my number one team.
Okay.
I've watched both of their games so far. All of them. So fucking fun. They're the best.
They're pretty fun to watch.
Ben Simmons, next level. I was a doubter on him, if I'm being honest. He's easily going to get Rookie of the Year. He's a stud. That team's amazing.
Okay. I will say I was a pretty big doubter as well. We've seen this guy play, 15 college games?
Yeah.
He's got so much hype. But I also agree. The hype looks real right now. That team is very fun to watch. They weren't on my list. The one caveat is Markelle Fultz's free throw motion almost makes... I just cringe. I hurt watching that.
Same. It's bad. I think it'll get back in how it used to be probably like a month from now. I don't know why they teach it in the first place. It's dumb. But JJ Redick flying off screens for them and actually trying... Awesome.
Talk about living the dream.
Talk about getting good podcast content. Can't wait till he actually comes out with some shit.
No kidding. That guy can do it.
He's due.
As a professional, I can say that. All right. I'm gonna go with Milwaukee.
The Bucks.
Yeah.
That's one of mine.
Yeah.
For one word and one word only.
Giannis.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's insane.
I don't know that we've talked about this yet, but I'm finally very thankful to see one of my people being represented and showcase the talent that we Greeks have to bring to the world's
He's
table.
1/64th Greek.
1/8.
He did a 23andMe DNA test.
That's literally what I'm basing this on. And my last name is very Greek. Very, very, very Greek. Okay. But I also have been a long time diehard fan of Malcolm, was it Brogdon? Okay. Yeah.
Die Hard, lifelong.
big fan. No.
Job,
but I like the way that guy plays. Coming back Rookie of the Year last year. Seems like there's a lot to be excited about there in Milwaukee.
So I hate myself for this one.
Okay.
And I'm not doing mine in order, just 5 in general.
Yep.
The Clippers.
Ooh, okay.
Historically, one of my least favorite teams, which everyone knows, and I hated them last year. They were my second least favorite team behind the Rockets. But man, they're so much fun to watch without shitty Chris Paul now. They're a lot more fluid, fast. Gallinari on that team is awesome.
Yes.
Just completely different team, and it's great.
A Gallinari.
Oh, yeah. That maniac. Chef Boyardee.
I wish I could put hand gestures on this podcast.
Lots of Italian.
But I could definitely see that. It always felt like Chris Paul was really holding the pace of that team back. This team is built to run, and they just couldn't do it.
Mm-hmm. They're fun now.
Yeah. I'll tune in. All right. Next, I've got the New Orleans Pelicans. I've always been a big Boogie fan. I should say always. Since he's been in the NBA. Could never root for Kentucky. Fuck those guys. But I think this team's very fun. Especially once Rondo comes back. I'm going to be pretty excited to see what this team can kind of cook up.
I think then, yes. I'll argue with it a little bit. That's good for the pod.
Yeah.
Mixed bag for me. I feel like 50% of the time we're going to tune in and it's going to be a bottom 3 offense because who's going to get the ball? The Boogie and Davis.
Yeah.
And it's just so hard to watch that much talent paired with just that little bit of talent.
Yeah.
But the games where they're on, fucking awesome.
Yeah.
So pretty 50-50 for me though.
When they can run a little high-low action, they did a fair amount of it last night against Golden State. It was pretty fun to watch. I'm always amazed by Boogie's size and then foot speed. He's miraculously quick for being what is essentially a 300-pound, 7-foot man.
Did you see him bait Draymond in that technical the other day?
I did.
That was pretty good. Classic.
I loved it. I loved it so much.
My next one, I'm gonna go with the Brooklyn Nets.
Oh.
Again, if you like defense and good, sound, fundamental basketball, do not tune in.
Okay.
But they're just a bunch of really young kids who just play exciting basketball in a decent system. D'Angelo Russell's been just killing. He's really fun to watch. Would have been better if Lynn stayed healthy.
patella tendon. That's oof.
Yeah, he's donezo. But so far, what I've watched them play, it's been a lot of fun.
Okay.
And I've watched a lot of basketball the last few days.
I need to check out Brooklyn. I haven't been able to catch them at all yet. Even highlights, I haven't been able to check them out.
Not missing much. Just personal preference type of thing. I wouldn't recommend it to the average person.
Okay. I can take a punch being called an average person. All right. I'm going to bring up Washington here.
That was on my list.
Yeah. John Wall, to me, is maybe the most exciting player just to watch as a fan of basketball.
If he's hitting his mid-range pull-up, watch the fuck out.
Yeah. He's so fast.
A good dynamic for them this year. Kelly Oubre not looking like garbage.
Really?
He has a nice jump shot. I think he had like 4 threes in the opener.
They need him.
He's hitting that and playing big-time D. So him on D flying around paired with Otto Porter. And those two, if they were going to both hit threes with Beal, that's a fucking dangerous offense. And Gortat had like 25 boards in the last game.
I love Gortat.
He had a bad year last year. So I think this is going to be a massive bounce back for him.
That might be my team this year.
Their bench, though, still bottom 3 in the league.
That's what killed him in the playoffs last year, right?
Yep. Can't play John Wall 48 minutes a game.
Yeah. Oubre did nothing in the playoffs last year. They're going to need him. And you know what I think got him over the hump? Admitting that he looks like a woman.
Fair enough.
Once he came to terms with that, it's a lot of pressure off his shoulders.
Just the softest of features.
He's a very pretty man.
All right, then.
I think we hit everyone that was on my list there.
Yeah. There's a couple others.
Ooh, yes.
So for me, if I look at teams like Timberwolves, someone how I was looking forward to, now not at all after watching them.
Really?
Their offense is terrible. They have no flow. They don't have a point guard. It's just fucking bad.
Who is the nominal point guard?
Jeff Teague.
Ooh, yeah.
On paper, I thought that was going to work out really well, and it has not. It's a cluster.
It would have worked out probably pretty well in 2010, but...
Yeah, for real.
It's a lot.
Thunder, another team in that category where I thought it would be a lot more fun to watch than it is. It's a whole lot of one-on-one. If they had the Warriors' offense and unselfishness implemented with them, they would be awesome to watch.
Okay.
Not the case.
I'm willing to wait on OKC a little bit.
Yeah, it'll come together.
I'm hopeful that turns into something.
I'm not going to watch them for about a month, though, unless it's a big-time primetime game.
Yeah.
That's really all the big ones I got, though. I hate the Cavs still, but they're pretty fun to watch this year. Seems like we got a pretty carefree LeBron.
Yeah.
D-Wade needs to go to the bench ASAP.
Yeah.
And then that's a pretty exciting team.
Are they still starting him over JR?
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah, he's looked a step slow, but whatever. You got to do what you got to do to make LeBron happy, I guess.
Yeah, that's true. God damn it.
All right, well, we'll move on from our 5 to watch then.
Okay.
Do some little player predictions.
Yes.
Not put a whole lot of thought into it, just kind of reactionary.
Of course. We've watched each team play twice.
Yeah, exactly. MVP.
Okay, I have 2 here. One is who I hope wins MVP, and one's who I think will win MVP.
Okay.
I hope that Giannis is going to win MVP. Again,
that's my hopeful also.
My Greek people, it'd be wonderful for us as a solid group to have someone representing us on the world stage like that. Who do I think is going to win? James Harden. Yeah.
That's probably a really good pick.
Yeah.
I'm going to have a real hot take here.
Okay.
Just kidding. I think LeBron's going to have his year.
Yeah.
I think he obviously should be about every year, but he always had the crutch of, well, he has Kyrie, one of the best offensive players in the league.
I baited you into that mistake.
I know, you son of a bitch. But without him, what does he have for pure offensive help? Not a ton.
Not a ton. I agree. I'd like to see that. I'd like to see LeBron in just like full dominate mode throughout the whole year. But then again, I think part of what allowed the greatness of LeBron, we got to see the last few years in the playoffs, was him coasting into the playoffs.
Yeah, he definitely does. But it's when it comes to minutes per game, because he takes a lot of games off. But when he plays in a game, Ty Lue does a really bad job managing his minutes and ends up playing him almost the entire game.
I think you could just leave that sentence at Ty Lue does a really bad job.
I don't think he's a coach. He doesn't do shit.
It's a figurehead.
Giannis, though, man, he looks good. He looks real good.
17 of 22 the other night. That's crazy.
I know. Rookie of the year, Ben Simmons for me, and it's not very close.
Yeah, I didn't think of Ben Simmons. I always forget that you can do that injury and then do the next year.
If we don't count him, Dennis Smith would be my pick.
Still, okay. I think Jason Tatum. He's looking pretty solid.
He is, but it's very much a stats-based award.
Okay.
Yeah, like if we look at Tyreek Evans, not good, but put up massive stats when he won, something like that. Tatum might have the most impact on his team.
Yeah.
Very important, and starts for a contender, which no other rookie can say almost.
Yeah.
So, but he's going to average like 6 points, 5 boards, where Ben Simmons is going to be around like 15, 8, and 8 every game.
You think so?
I mean, I don't see why not. Points are going to be the hardest thing to come by, but he should get at least 8 and 8 every game because he plays point guard full time. He brings the ball up the court every single time.
What does Markelle Fultz even do then?
He plays the 2 when JJ Redick's not in, but he comes off the bench, so he's usually not in with that starting group.
Okay.
So backup 1 or the 2 if he's in with Simmons.
Okay. I want to see him succeed. Other rookies, I want to see what Caleb Swanigan can do. I'd love a good traditional big man.
Fucking Swanigan, the bozo.
Fucking bozo.
Best season of a player to a new team.
Yeah.
Pick one player. Go for it. Who do you got, mine?
There were a few kind of easy answers, so to speak, and I took one of them. I said Jimmy Butler. I'd like to see him succeed. I like Karl Anthony Towns. It'd be cool if Minnesota was good. As a free agent fan, after the NBA fucking criminally stole our team, it's nice kind of to be able to just pick and choose which teams to pull for every year. And Minnesota's one of those, along with Washington and New Orleans, that I'm rooting for. So
if we look at it from a wins-loss, fun season perspective, I agree with that. I think his stats are going to be way down because he's not the number one on the team. Like Towns is for sure. And he has so much more help now than he ever has. So I think it has to detract some from some numbers. So if I look at it from that perspective, kind of what I'm thinking, oh God, I hate myself for it. But I think about Dwight Howard.
Yeah.
They do not have a lot of offense there. It's Kemba and him basically. So I could see him having just way overinflated stats. So that was a big one that jumped out to me. JJ Redick, another one, had a pretty bad year last year, all things considered. Yeah. And now he gets to do whatever the fuck he wants. So
I'm excited to see what that team does too.
I'm about it.
Yeah. I wanted just a quick shout out to Rajon Rondo again. I'm hopeful he can kind of pull all that talent together. Little glue guy action.
For sure. That's really all we got for awards.
Yeah.
So we'll briefly... We've talked about a lot of teams, so we're not going to spend too much time on it, but teams we haven't talked about, we'll just kind of run down a list.
Yeah.
Get some initial thoughts. So Cavs, we already kind of talked about LeBron there. Mm-hmm. I thought the Celtics were going to do better than them in the regular season, but after watching a couple games, completely flip-flop on that. They're my 1 seed.
Cleveland's good.
I think they are.
Yeah.
The Wiz.
Rose looks competent.
For real.
Yeah.
He looks real good when healthy.
Yeah.
The Wizards, they're my 2 seed now.
Yeah?
I think they're going to beat the Celtics too. They're looking good.
We can only hope.
I know it.
I'd like to see Bradley Beal have a good, consistent season. He's pretty fun to watch, again, when he's hitting the shots.
Absolutely. Yeah. And I should mention, I'm just running down a list right now from who's currently in first place down to 15th in every conference. Raptors, undefeated so far, 1-0.
We'll see.
Yeah. I think they're going to be middle of the pack. 5 seed, loses out in the first or second round.
What do you think they peaked 2 years ago?
3
years ago? Yeah.
They do have Serge Ibaka, but he's like 40 now, so there's that.
Yeah.
40-year-old, 25 years
ago.
Yeah. Pacers.
Miles Turner and...
Come on, man. Sabonis.
And...
He had a big game last night, or a couple days ago.
Do you remember the start of the season last year?
He had good point. But he had 15 and 8 in 15 minutes.
Was he hitting threes?
Yeah.
That's fucking mind-blowing.
I know. It's crazy.
We watched this guy in college for our glorious alma mater, and I was telling everybody that would listen, this guy has no NBA future. He's garbage. He's going by on name recognition only. But good for him, I guess.
I should show you a clip of it. He had a monster dunk in the game. It was pretty fucking crazy.
Was anyone in that area?
Yeah. Pushed a guy with his right hand because he lefty and then went around and dunked. It was big.
Okay.
But I think Miles Turner just got hurt. I don't think it's very serious. And then I think their backup, I can't think of it, the 4 got really hurt. So I think minutes are in Sabonis' future.
Okay.
Might not be a bad thing for him. But yeah, Pacers suck.
Get that money.
Pistons. This is a team I like this year.
Yeah. Is Drummond, how has his free throws been in the regular
shooting
season?
100% in the regular season.
Ooh. We got 1 for 1?
I think 3 for 3 or 4. I think 4 for 4.
Okay.
Regardless, huge step up from last year.
Oh my God. What was it? 20-something% last year?
Yeah, 30%? It was the all-time low.
Yeah.
It was really bad.
Yeah.
But I think he's in for a big comeback year. Tobias Harris is going to be consistent. He's just getting steadily a little bit better. Reggie Jackson was fucking garbage last year, so he can only get better too.
He was so bad.
And they got Avery Bradley, our boy.
Yeah.
He's good for any team.
You know, you've talked me into really rooting for this team because I love hard D and I love traditional bigs. So
There you
I feel
go.
like we're getting a lot of that there. And Stan Van Gundy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh my god. Hornets, I don't think it's worth mentioning them at all. They have Dwight Howard, and fuck Dwight Howard.
True. Michael Jordan.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Nets, fun team. Garbage team.
Nets.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Bucks, I don't really know where they'll end up in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah.
They don't look that good for as much as Giannis looks better and better every year.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully they'll get like a 6 seed, something like that. Score a matchup that they have a fighting chance in.
At least the state of Wisconsin has something to look forward to.
Ugh, so many cornfields though.
Fucking losers.
The Magic of Orlando. Nick Vucevic, who I'm sure you love, he had like 42 and 15 last night or some shit.
He's shooting threes. Where does this come from?
Oh yeah, he just adjusts. That's what he does.
Gotta evolve.
Oh
Gotta
yeah.
evolve.
So he's awesome. Team still sucks. Still have the worst hair dude point guard in the history of sports.
Who is it?
Oh, I think you know. He looks like Gerald from Hey Arnold.
Oh no.
Not ringing a bell?
No, you say worst hairdo. I'm immediately thinking Jeremy Lin.
Worse, in my opinion. Alfred Payton.
Oh no.
Let me try to find a really bad picture for you real quick of his hair.
Oh.
Just like sits up and then plops over.
Okay, first of all, it's like he's always wearing a baseball hat. A lot of
Fair.
utility to that. Second of all, as someone who spent a lot of time around people experiencing homelessness, that haircut looks like some like that someone experiencing homelessness would have.
Classic elf.
He looks homeless with that haircut.
Let's not beat around the bush here.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, they're gonna suck. Hawks, they're tanking. They're gonna be garbage. Celtics, 1-2. Slow start.
Gotta love that.
I know.
Gotta love that.
I really do like Jaylen Brown though. That kid's gonna be a stud.
He's tough, like strong and tough.
He's gonna be able to guard the 1 through 4 solidly.
Yeah.
His jumper's coming along. I like it.
He's gonna be good. I agree. I've been impressed with him.
The Knicks, ugh.
Yeah. The zinger.
Everyone thinks he's gonna have some crazy year, and he's been good, better than I thought. But I thought people would key on him so much that he would just not be able to, kick out into anything.
I don't know how much more he's going to improve, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of with you on this one. I think he's awesome, extremely young and raw, but what can he add to his game that he doesn't have now?
Yeah.
Not a lot.
How much did he improve through the course of last year?
Probably more defensively.
Yeah.
He's a good defensive big guy now. I think we can safely say really good at blocking shots.
He's a good shot blocker. Yeah.
He can still tighten up his decision making, I guess. He makes a lot of stupid turnovers, but still, how much value is in that?
I don't know. When you think about what type of asset would you be willing to trade for Porzingis, it's not going to be a very valuable asset.
Yeah, depends on the person.
Yeah.
If I have a coveted top 30 pick, I'm probably not turning that over.
No, absolutely not. Yeah.
But we also know Porzingis is a sure thing. There's a lot of uncertainty out there. Hard to tell. Situational. Bulls, they can go fuck themselves. Garpax.
So
Jeez, I couldn't even name the starting 5 right now, honestly.
oh, no way.
Justin Holiday, their best player, maybe, until Levine comes back. Robin Lopez, maybe.
They still have Tony Snow.
No, he's with the Bucks. He's been good with the Bucks lately.
Really?
Yeah, big time 3-point shooter, defensive guy.
3-point shooter. Wow.
Yeah,
I just
Snell's been
remember him as
solid.
a lockdown guy.
Yeah, the Miami Heat, 0-1.
Ooh. I do love me some Whiteside.
Yeah, he's good. Yeah. He's real good.
Yeah.
They just have a log jam, the 2 through 4. I never know how it's going to shake out, but I hope we get back to last year's form. They were a fun team last year. Last place, the 76ers. Ugh.
They haven't won a game yet?
No, they're 0-2. They've been real competitive, and they lost to the Celtics and someone else. So moral victories, right? They can hang their hat on that at the end of the day.
Whenever you hear someone describe their team as real competitive, not a good sign.
So you have the Cavs to win the East.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Worst team in the East. Bulls, Knicks. Who do you got in there?
I'd
Hawks.
say probably Bulls.
And I think I would agree with you.
Yeah.
Moving on to the Western Conference then. Rockets, they can go fuck themselves, so we want to talk about them. They're going to be good. The Zers tied for first place, 2-0. More like 2 and below.
I'm with you.
Burn.
Got him.
They still have Myers Leonard, so that's really all we need to say about them.
They're still the most hateable team in the league.
If I had to guess, they'll probably win like 47 or less games.
Would you put any money on that?
Maybe $100.
Okay.
Clippers, they're fun. We talked about them.
Yep. I just want a quick shout out.
Yeah.
Patrick Beverly. Love him.
P-Bev.
Always love the guy.
Yeah, he's the man.
Yep.
I've argued with a lot of people about the Clippers. People don't think they're going to make the playoffs and should be really bad. And I think they're going to be in there at like a 5 seed.
Think a 5?
I do. I think they're good.
Oh.
Health pending.
Okay.
With Blake and Gallo.
It kind of rides on Blake a little bit, right?
Yeah. He should be in top 10 MVP form.
Let's hope so.
Yeah.
It's fun to watch when he's playing well.
The Grizz 1-0, home of Chandler Parson, who gets booed when he enters the game on their home court.
Oh, wow.
So good. I love it.
That's just, he's done too much winning in his life. Not like winning basketball games, but just like,
winning the club.
Yeah.
And on Instagram.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Like winning in the Charlie Sheen sense.
Yeah, not much to say about the Grizz. When's this experiment gonna end? Like, they're not gonna win with Gasol and Conley and no one else.
I totally agree. Just move them back to Vancouver already.
Jesus, get rid of them. We don't want them in the U.S. The lower 48. Spurs 1-0 under the Kawhi-less Pop tutelage.
Yeah. Okay, first of all, DeJounte Murray, UW great. Really rooting for him as a lifelong UW fan. And
did you watch him play college?
Yeah, I didn't think he was good. He's impossibly skinny.
And did you watch him play for the Spurs this year?
Not at all.
Last year, you could tell he's like, oh man, this guy's just a really long project.
Yeah.
He looks fucking good this year.
Really?
Hit shots, good decision maker. Looks like a classic point guard in that sense instead of just a slasher. They did work with him, but they have the best training.
Yeah, player development.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah, that's a Seattle product. Rainier Beach, baby.
Starting point guard for maybe the whole season. If he keeps it up, I think he'll take Tony Parker's job when he gets back.
That'd be fun to see.
Him and Kawhi together. It can only be nothing but good for him.
Yeah, if Kawhi even plays this year. Shit.
God. Sounds like someone has him on his fantasy team.
I'm not going to talk about that.
OKC.
Ooh. I mean, we talked about them a little bit. Who the hell knows what's going to happen? I'd like to see Carmelo just really stick it to Phil Jackson in the world.
We hear a lot about, or I guess when we listen to sports podcasts, a lot of people think they'll contend with Golden State and they're a shoo-in for the conference finals.
That's madness. I
think the Rockets still have that on lock. I don't see a great scenario where the Thunder get past them.
I look forward to the first Thunder Rockets game, but I totally agree with you that I think Houston has pretty well established they're the second best team in the West so far this year. I mean, considering the Spurs haven't had Kawhi.
Yeah. I do really look forward to the day when the Thunder make the playoffs and that they're insanely good starting five after they've all played together a lot. Yeah. Just to see if it does click, that could be insane.
Yeah,
but
that team could be so good.
It could be is not a great phrase to base a season's playoff or team's playoff chances off of.
Totally agree with you.
T-Wolves 1-1. I like them making the playoffs and I like them losing in the first round.
Yeah.
Warriors, NBA champions.
Yep.
They can go fuck themselves.
Yep.
Kings.
Keep selling those drugs, I guess.
Lakers. I have some thoughts on them. 1-1. Oh, yeah.
Okay, so James is one of the only Patriots/Lakers fans I've ever met in my life. So I'm very excited to hear this.
I've stuck it out through the bad times
with the
Lakers. With the Lakers.
7 years since their last championship. What can a guy do?
Yes, if you look at a championship perspective, very blessed. If you look at it from how fun is the team to watch, like if you have a team like the Jazz, who every year they compete, they sell out, maybe they make the playoffs and then they lose, then that's just a win for them. The Lakers have been much worse off than them. Recent history, yes, but back when the Kobe Smush Parker days, that was fucking brutal.
I hope there's a Jazz fan that listens to this at some point ever, so they can just hate you.
I would trade it all in for one championship. Yeah,
but I get what you're saying.
It's the toughest part for me is I'm very forward looking with them. I want to say that's how they were built, but it seems like it's just every year it's a hodgepodge group of guys.
Yeah,
we're gonna have a fun team this year. I don't see a way we win 30 games. I don't see a way we win 25. We should be the second worst team behind the Suns, or ahead of the Suns, I guess. But it's just like, what the fuck are you doing with the Lakers? Like, I don't see what they're trying to do.
Yeah.
No one's going to want to come play with them unless LeBron comes. But Paul George, I don't think is going to come anymore. I think that ship sailed.
We'll see.
And
he
Lonzo
openly was saying Lakers, like, publicly.
Lonzo, though. He had 29, 11, and 9 last night, I think.
Yeah.
It was a good game. But damn, I've never seen someone give less effort on defense than he does. It is fucking crazy. Someone will drive and he just opens the door and lets him run into someone else. Then they kick out where he should be recovering. Wide open shot every time. He just doesn't try. Blows my mind.
Yeah. It's really hard for me to watch that team, and Lonzo Ball's a big reason why.
Yeah. For as awesome as he is on offense.
Even that is...
I like watching his offense when he's on. Game 1 was tough. When he's making his floater and coming off screens,
yep.
And his passing is obviously next level, transcendent, God.
His floor vision, his passing is pretty nuts. If I ever have to watch him shoot another jump shot, it'll be too soon.
But we also have not had Kentavious Caldwell-Pope yet, who's out on a suspension. So when he's back, he's a top 3 wing probably top 2 wing defender with Avery Bradley.
Okay.
So hopefully that brings some toughness, some 3-point shooting. Brook Lopez is the man. I love him.
What about Kuzma?
King Kuz?
Mm-hmm.
He's going to be very good.
Yeah.
We play him like 12 minutes a game, and he's like 7 of 8 every game with like 6-7 boards. It's like, what the hell? Play him more.
Yeah.
We have nothing to play for right now.
That's a great point.
Develop him.
I think we're getting a lot of hints that they're just kind of tanking.
For what? We don't have a pick this year.
Then I don't know.
Yeah, it makes no sense. That's what everyone said to me too. It's like, oh, they're playing for the tank. It's like, okay, cool. We tank, and then someone gets our pick. Which I don't know if you're very familiar with the pick situation with their first.
Mm-mm.
But it's our pick goes to Boston. Well, it goes to Boston first, and Boston can say, yes, I want that pick. And if they get it, then the Philadelphia 76ers get 2 first-round picks for the next 2 years from Boston. If Boston says, no thanks, I don't want this, then they get our pick the following year automatically, and Philly gets our pick this year.
Interesting.
So yeah.
Sounds like to me it's far more likely that the second scenario happens.
Maybe. This is supposed to be a loaded draft, so it depends where the Lakers finish up. If they're top 1 through 3, which very possible, I don't know if they'll rig the draft this year because the Lakers don't even get the pick. So we'll see. I don't know how many more rookies the Celtics want is the thing. They have Jaylen Brown, who's still a project, coming along very fast. Jason Tatum, very mature for a rookie, but still a rookie. Terry Rozier, Gershon Yabusele. They have so many young guys.
Yeah.
Eventually, you can't be like the Sixers and just keep massing young people.
Yeah, especially when your best players just explode the first night.
So that's my rant on the Lakers. I do not like what I'm seeing.
I love that.
Their offense has been solid, and they're giving up 130 points a game.
I will say the Lakers best contribute to the NBA as an entertainment product when they are relevant enough to be competitive and then lose in the playoffs.
You want them to be an 8 seed and get swept.
I would like them to be like 8 seed, even if they were like a 3 or a 2. So like you have to listen to these obnoxious Lakers fans like, oh, we're gonna win for sure, and then just watch them get crushed.
My prediction: pending the acquisition of LeBron James or Paul George, if we don't get them, we will not make the playoffs for 4 years.
Wow.
That's a long time. And when we do, we'll squeak in.
Who do you think will be president in 2021?
Oh, Mark Cuban.
Okay. Which is a nice segue to talking about the Mavericks.
Yes. Mavs. I like Dennis Smith a lot. He's awesome to watch. Explosive, quick, good.
Yeah.
His hops.
I haven't really watched many games yet, admittedly, like start to finish, but the Dallas is definitely on that list.
They're interesting. When they play well, they're kind of like the Pelicans in a different way, where if they play bad, there's very fewer teams I would rather watch. Mm-hmm. But if they play good, Like if Harrison Barnes is on fire, if Dirk's doing Dirk stuff, which he's not doing anymore. Nerlens Noel is in, dominating. Wes Matthews is on fire. That's a fun team.
Yeah. That's a smorgasbord of like entertaining talent that's not necessarily top tier talent.
Do they make the playoffs?
The West is tough, man.
The West is tough, man. Do they make the Do they make the playoffs in a reformed playoff manner where it's just best X teams, no East-West?
Yeah, just top 16 teams.
Mm-hmm.
I'm certainly no effective judge of kind of how the NBA is stratified right now, but I'd say probably.
Yeah.
I mean,
think they squeak in over a lot of teams in the East.
Yeah, how many teams would make it from the East? Cleveland.
Well, it's tough because the East gets to play the East more, so they have inflated records.
Well, in this scenario, would we say that they redo the scheduling then as well?
I don't know, because the whole point of this is to save money on travel, and then if you're flying people everywhere, that's a whole other thing.
Yeah.
But I mean, Cavs, Wizards are making it regardless. Probably the Celtics, Raptors, maybe no one else.
The Bucks?
Maybe.
Okay.
They were barely... they weren't that good last year.
Yeah.
Yeah. We talked about the Jazz, Nuggets, a lot of promise, probably underperformed because of the Nuggets.
Yeah.
Pelicans we talked about. Suns. We could spend a quick minute on them.
They're so bad.
I can't tell you how many times I've seen Marquise Chris mess up and just pout like crazy and pout and pout and pout.
Okay, I hate to do this, but I want to bring up a little piece of fantasy here. He was on my fantasy team to start the year. Scored minus 2.5 in his first game, according to our fantasy system. Dropped him. He will forever have a negative fantasy score on my team. He's so bad. He is so mentally weak. Devin Booker's awesome, though. So they got that going for him.
Yeah, Devin Booker's a man. They're bad. They're so bad.
They couldn't guard my high school team. And we sucked. Right, I should say, compared to an NBA team.
Fantasy 1B C Squad girls basketball team. I'd take them over people on the Suns.
Lynn Colotis All-Stars.
Whoa, Lynn Colotis? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
What a town reference.
Oh, yeah.
So, that's really all worth mentioning for the NFL or NBA, wow, for now.
Mm-hmm.
They're it's in full swing. It's fun to watch.
It is fun to watch.
Too premature to come to conclusions right now, so I'm sure we'll reconvene on this shit as our season progresses.
I'm renowned for my premature conclusions.
NFL. Grit.
Oh, so much grit. Oh, yeah, just quick shout out. Zach Collins. Go Zags. Okay.
Racist, but okay.
So racist. So, yeah, we want to talk about kind of reshaping of the NFL landscape here. The NFC could not be more wide open right now, right? More wide open than Pamela Anderson in the 90s. I'm talking other sexist, inappropriate metaphors here. Aaron Rodgers is out. It's a wonderful day for football fans everywhere. Can't stand the guy. And I speak for all football fans.
He can discount double check his way straight to hell.
I totally agree.
Thanks. Had to get that one in.
So yeah, if you had to pick kind of the three top competitors in the NFC as of this week, who would you say?
Man, I don't know if I have fool's gold here with the Eagles.
I know. I'm with you.
People accept them, and I'm just wary. I don't like them getting out of the first round of the playoffs.
Yeah. They play the Redskins on Monday night this week. I think that game will give us a lot of new information.
I don't think the Redskins are very good either, though.
You don't?
I don't think anyone in the NFC East is good. I think the Cowboys might be the best team in there still.
You think the Cowboys are the best?
And I don't think they're good.
Yeah. Okay.
That's just where I'm at on the NFC East.
The NFC, name a team that stands out in the NFC. I was looking through the...
I'll say this. I like the Seahawks more than everyone in the NFC East and West. I like the Rams probably as much as the Eagles.
Okay.
If that gives you anything.
Mm-hmm.
Vikings, I think, are good. I think more so last year because they have a consistent O-line. I think that's what they were lacking before.
Who's going to play quarterback?
Well, Teddy's back this week, right?
Yeah.
Which, if he's good, then I really like them rolling in. If he's bad, then yikes.
Yeah. If he's good is a big if.
But as of right now, if Teddy Bridgewater is not good, I think the Panthers might be the best team.
The Panthers. Yeah, that's where we're at.
And do you remember them last year? Because I do.
Yeah. It's ugly right now.
Are we talking about Cam Newton's hats, his silly little fedoras, or are you talking about something else?
I think you mean incredibly fashionable and tasteful.
So in right now. So hot.
So fresh and so clean.
But the Falcons could still get it together, yeah?
They could. Absolutely. There's a lot of could right now in the NFC.
Julio Jones has been injured.
Yeah.
I don't know how much of a factor that plays into anything.
Their defense needs to get its shit together.
Yeah, I remember early in our podcast, we called that one too.
Yeah.
Big step back for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, I agree though. NFC is kind of a clusterfuck with Rodgers out. It's anyone's game.
The Packers, I think, would have absolutely dominated the NFC. With Rodgers. But...
They would have had a cakewalk to the ship, I think.
Yeah.
Who do you have though? Who's your top three in order?
I mean,
as of right now,
whoever wins that Eagles-Redskins game is going to be number one for me.
You would take both of those teams over the Panthers?
I would. I'm not very well sold on the Panthers. Like I think it's totally fair.
Trust
to argue.
me, I'm not either.
Yeah, exactly. So I think the difference between of the potential contenders, the difference between the best and the worst of those teams is so small, and who the hell even knows right now.
Mm-hmm.
So I still have the Rams. So the number one slot is a winner of the Eagles-Redskins, and then I wrote down the Rams and the Seahawks here. I think they're also pretty even.
Can I say real quick? I'll interject. This has been, injuries aside, because they suck. I never root for anyone to get injured. That's not true, but whatever.
Besides Aaron Rodgers.
Yes. This has been a really fun football season for me. I like the uncertainty, and this is kind of a testament to anti-Golden State Warriors.
Yes.
Like, this is what you get when there's parity across the board. Like, I have no fucking clue who's going to win every week. It's a shit show. It's a crapshoot.
Yeah.
And I like that. It's
I
fun.
totally agree with you. Yeah.
I like being surprised in life in general.
And even every game is competitive. There's been very few blowouts, I feel like. Maybe the data doesn't support that, but eye test. I'm all about the eye test.
So if we move over to the AFC, I mean, this is more of the same for me.
Yeah.
AFC South, I'm not sold on anyone. I thought the Titans would be better than they are. They're bad. The Jaguars have been pretty awesome compared to how they were last year.
Yeah.
They're a quarterback away from being in the conversation of, ooh, I don't know about them. Yeah. I do know about them. They're not good, but they're greatly improved. The defense is solid.
A lot of teams are a quarterback away.
Their points allowed, 110. That's pretty good compared to a lot of the shitty teams.
Yeah.
Comparison, Chiefs have allowed 160.
Fournette is awesome.
Yeah, he's a beast.
Yeah.
I don't think he's playing this week, though.
Really? He's hurt?
He hasn't practiced yet, and it's very rare that a running back doesn't get a single practice in.
Yeah.
But he still is questionable.
Okay.
Anyone else worth mentioning in the AFC South? No.
I don't think so.
Andrew Luck's not playing this season.
I think maybe we should just say Deshaun Watson. Just say the words and move on.
Deshaun Watson.
Yeah.
Moving on. AFC North, I'm surprised looking at it now that the Steelers are 4-2.
Yeah.
I feel like they're not that good.
25% of the NFL teams are 4-2 right now, or 3-2.
Jesus. Bartavis Bryant demanding a trade.
No team has a better record than that. Wait, did he actually demand a trade? I didn't see that.
There were all the reports. So he came out just to make light of the situation and said, I demand to be traded to the Golden State Warriors.
That's a good move.
Good move on his part.
That's a good move.
But, I mean, I still like them the most in the AFC North. The Ravens are not good at all. Their offense is garbage.
I think the Steelers are really starting to come together a little bit here.
Yeah.
Offensively, at least. I mean, I should say. Not
coming together, you mean handing the ball off 40 times to the best fucking running back in the NFL.
Yeah. I was just going to say, 180 yards last week?
Yeah, to hand him the fucking ball. He had like 10 carries the first few weeks and they were losing. Well, no shit, you're losing.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I'd be worried about breaking him down too, though.
Ride him into the ground at this point.
Yeah. Antonio Brown also had a big game last week.
What's that?
Antonio Brown had a big game last week as well.
Yeah, he did. He's been due.
Yeah.
But I think now that Bryant's been kind of a little bitch, I think that might play a little bit better into Antonio Brown's numbers.
Yes.
You don't like to think that happens, but that stuff totally happens.
It totally happens.
The Ravens, look out for them coming forward. They just signed a stud wide receiver.
Really?
Yeah, you didn't hear about that?
Oh, no.
Waylon?
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah. White slot receiver, going to come across the middle and get concussed.
Fucking got me so good.
Yeah, I did. AFC West, probably the best division in the NFL?
Yeah. I mean, besides the NFC West.
Oh, God. Oh, God.
The Raiders look good again. Derek Carr's back.
Amari Cooper on my bench with 41 fantasy points.
That's emotionally tough.
Yeah, you're telling me.
Oof.
Almost broke down.
Crabtree with a big catch.
Broncos are terrible.
I love it.
They're so bad. Much. Their record should not be 3-2. I have no fucking clue how it is. They're a 1-5 team.
Yeah.
Or 1-4 team, whatever.
That's madness. The best record through 6 games is 4-2. Madness.
In their division?
In the NFL.
Chiefs are 5-2.
5-2.
You're excused.
Thank you.
Keep the change.
Shit.
But yeah, I mean, is that the Chiefs the best team in that division? Are they the best team in the NFL? They were last week. Are they now?
I don't know. We called this from the beginning, I want to say.
Yeah, we did.
That first week, we said the Chiefs are good, but they're not as good as everybody's talking about right now.
They'll fall apart. They always do.
Yeah, they've lost 2 in a row.
Mm-hmm. Games they should have won, or at least on paper should have won.
Totally. They were up by 10 with 5 minutes left?
Mm-hmm.
It's madness.
And AFC East?
Patriots are still my AFC favorite.
Yeah, there's no way they should be worse than that. I've been surprised with the Bills have been a lot better than I thought. I thought the Dolphins would be the head over heels 2 in that division. Not looking like the case. But they're getting their shit together a little bit slowly.
They're scrapping games out.
They have the best defense in the NFL this year, in my opinion.
The Dolphins do.
Yes.
I'm totally biased, but I think the Seahawks do.
How many points have the Seahawks given up? Not a great barometer of defenses, but
eye test.
They've given up 87 points. The Dolphins have given up 84. Comparable. Bengals have a really good defense this year. Jeez.
Nobody's ever talked about this, but Seahawks have a pretty bad offensive line, so gotta factor that into the defense too.
Yeah, but don't they have a tight end who almost played basketball and a short quarterback who got drafted into the MLB?
They do.
Every fucking podcast we're gonna get these in. So
I just want to say again, Jimmy Graham is not even the best tight end on the Seahawks.
He's been decent though.
Luke Wilson's been awesome.
He's been better, but I mean, you can't use fantasy for everything. But fantasy-wise, he's been okay.
Okay.
But I don't get to see the blocking week in, week out. That's probably non-existent.
Luke Wilson is a fucking animal.
Yeah. Luke. So, who's your AFC champion as of today?
The New England Patriots.
Who's your NFC champion as of today?
Seattle Seahawks. Just jinxed the hell out of them. I didn't want to say it.
You want a Super Bowl rematch, huh?
Philadelphia Eagles. Yeah.
Oh, God. If those two went to the Super Bowl, the Patriots would ruin them.
Yeah.
I think if the Patriots played the Seahawks would beat them.
I don't know about that.
Big time revenge game. Dude, you haven't watched many Patriots games then. Tom Brady's getting blitzed like crazy and getting hit every other play.
Yeah.
It's just he releases the ball somehow for 40 yards down the field.
He's still.
And do you have a lava lamp in here?
Goddamn right I have a lava lamp in here.
Great lava lamp. Like it's our John Paxton Lava Lamp of the Week award.
Little background on this lava lamp. It was my brother's growing up, and my dad gave it to me a couple years ago because I think he thinks it was mine growing up. So.
You don't have the heart to tell him he's wrong. Nope. Just let him have this one.
Yeah, I turn it on every once in a while.
Oh my God.
Sometimes you gotta let the lamp lava.
That's great. So, do we want to do some... Who do we think are going to win this coming schedule, and then we'll call it a pod?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's be quick. Okay. So, Ravens, Vikings.
Vikings.
I'm going Vikings also.
Okay.
Jets, Dolphins.
Dolphins
also.
Okay.
Cardinals, Rams.
I'm going to say Rams, but I could see the Cardinals pulling this one off.
I'm going Rams also.
Yeah.
Jags, Colts.
Jags.
Cowboys, 49ers. Cowboys,
yeah.
Seahawks, Giants. Oh, I could see the Seahawks losing to the arguably worst team in the NFL. The worst offense in the NFL.
Yeah. I hate the phrase trap game. I think it's overused, but this is definitely that for the Seahawks. Coming off a bye. Historically, the Seahawks are not great coming off a bye.
How are you guys at covering tight ends?
Not great.
Evan Ingram's going to just ruin you guys. Which, by the way, early this season, for deep sleepers, I had no idea who's going to end up being the starter, but I called Evan Ingram, and now he's the best fantasy tight end in the NFL.
Your tight end sleepers were on point.
Well, Pittsburgh's was after the first week, but he has done jack shit after his 2-touchdown performance.
Yeah, well, you could have just taken the credit and moved on.
I'm nothing if not humble. Falcons, Pats. I'm going to go Falcons.
Okay.
They're going to want this game, and the Pats are just going to treat it like any other game.
I just want to say, I think this is the third or fourth week in a row you've picked against the Pats.
Yes.
Okay.
But this is the only one I can arguably actually justify.
We'll see.
We'll circle back to this when we look at odds, stuff like that. Saints, Packers.
Ooh. Saints?
I'm going Saints also.
Okay.
Panthers, Bears.
No. Who are you going to pick?
I'm going to go Panthers.
I'm going to go the Panthers as well.
Okay, good. I don't want you to make a bad decision for the sake of the pod. Bucks, Bills.
Bucks.
I'm going to go Bills.
Okay.
I hate myself for it, and they're going to lose, but whatever. Sake of the pod this time. Take my own advice. Titans, Browns.
Very tough decision. Titans.
Yeah, Titans.
Yeah.
Bengals, Steelers.
Steelers.
Broncos, Chargers.
Ooh.
Keep in mind, the Chargers historically have the Broncos numbers. Phillip Rivers kills them.
Really?
That said, Broncos for me.
I'm going to go Chargers.
All right, let's book it. I guess the Broncos lost last week to a shit team, didn't they?
Yeah, they lost to the Giants.
Oh, my God.
They lost to the Giants, and Simeon threw for 375 yards.
Oh, they lost Emmanuel Sanders. He's out indefinitely, isn't he?
As a Demaryius Thomas fantasy owner. Very glad to hear that.
Yes, I am here. He had like 175 receiving yards and 19 targets last week.
It was awesome.
Redskins, Eagles.
Eagles.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we have 3 disagreements.
Yeah, we have 3 disagreements.
Broncos, Chargers.
Yep.
What are the other ones?
The Bucks, Bills, and Pats, Falcons.
Bucks, Bills, Pats, Falcons.
I've got the Pats, the Bucks, and the Chargers. Big
All right.
shout out to Igor.
Well, thanks everyone for tuning in.
Absolutely. All of you have a great week. Go Seahawks. Go Huskies.
And we wish a very slow recovery upon Aaron Rodgers. Take your time, man. There's no reason to get back anytime.
If you even recover at all.
Take a season off. Call it a career.
Just call it a career.
You and JJ Watt can go into acting.
Yes. Just go far, far away from anything that I ever interact with ever again.
Go to JJ Watt's cabin in the woods that he built with his hands. And then let the whole world know about.
Oh my God. Now I'm just getting mad at JJ Watt again.
All right, see you.
See you.